Hello everyone, welcome to yet again another exciting episode of our Mushana Farm visits. Welcome to our YouTube channel, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and click on the bell so that you can be notified every time we post a video about our coffee farm. Well, today's video starts a little bit earlier. We start here in Matuga. Matuga is one of the best industrious towns in Uganda, and it is an urban center in central region of Uganda that is really developing at a fast, very fast rate. You could see there's lots of factories here. There's a lot of companies and manufacturing companies and factories in Matuga. It's really it was shockingly exciting to see all these companies. Among those, there's Matuga Industries and Logistics Hub, Luca Plastics, Daxin Machinery, Egypt Uganda Food Security Company. There's lots and lots of manufacturing companies in Matuga. It has a whole industrial area that is so developed, and shockingly, because most people who haven't been this side of town, they probably think most of these plants and manufacturing companies are within Kampala or within cities, but Matuga was quite shocking, and also it gave us such a lovely ride through. And yes, as you can see, we're still looking at factories in Matuga, which is quite inspiring, especially for a town that is not very popular on Bombo Road. Yes, as we drove through, we saw all these companies, decided to take a video of a few of them. I'm pretty sure there are so many other companies that are in there. Some are probably deeper in Matuga, but we didn't get a chance to see most of them. But yes, maybe one of these days we'll do a video where we visit some of these companies and we see what they're doing. But for now, we're just driving through, and today is going to be a long and quite exciting day on the farm. We have a lot of things planned, especially the fact that we are going to check on the progress of the planting season. If you're new on our channel, you could check out the previous videos that we have done about farm visits. Again, like any of these farm visits that we've been doing from our videos, we first get to the seedlings, where the seedlings are being grown. The coffee seedlings are being grown, and this is still on Bombo Road before Nakasongola. And we came here because we had to first check out the packing of the seedlings, since we were expecting another batch of seedlings to plant on 25 acres. The last time we did a video, we were beginning a season for planting 45 acres, and the first batch of seedlings we got were to plant on 20 acres, and this one in particular is going to have 25 acres worth of seedlings that we are expecting. Yes, like we found when people were already packing the seedlings, and we just watched them and consulted with them and asked about if they had any challenges, things that we could work on, and things that we had to put in plans. And as you can see, all these bags are going to be going to the farm today. So I decided to go in and check on the seedlings that are still growing. Remember, we are looking at 90 acres of coffee here. So we're still growing some of these seedlings. Some are still young, and As you can see, the nursery is large, and some of these seedlings are still really young. Probably we're going to be planting these ones in the next seasons, in the next rainy season. Yes, so we went ahead and decided to put everything together so that we can head out back to the farm, because you have to check all these seedlings. You have to make sure that they are not having pests, they are not yet infected already by any pests or any diseases. Yes, so I decided to go down and start helping out with the packing of these seedlings, to be useful in the meantime. And then just before we set out, because the team was still consulting and discussing, especially on how the day is going to go and what are the necessities or the things that the farm needs and the things that we needed to work on and the things that we needed to proceed and wait for. And yes, we are done helping, so we decided to head out because we were running late and we had a lot of things to do on the farm. And we head out through Luero district. For those of you who have heard of Luero district, it is where the war between 1981 and 1986 happened, the one that brought in the government that is ruling Uganda right now. It has developed, considering the war left it a bit devastated, and it has now developed. It has now grown into a very big district, and now we are already in Nakasongola, and we have already turned off to the route that takes us to the farm. As you can see, mainly I wanted to show you how green Nakasongola is. Before, Nakasongola wasn't known to be green, this kind of green. It was a dry district. All these were dry areas, but now it has changed. A lot has changed in Nakasongola. It is all green. I think we would definitely have to attribute that to the activities, the afforestation and the environmental rejuvenation activities that are going on in this area. As you will see, the entire journey, the entire route, all the way up to the farm is green, very, very green. And yes, it is a bit of a rainy season, but this place is really green compared to what it was a few years back. And well, maybe while we are here, Since this route is a bit long, let me give you a little history about Nakasongola. So Nakasongola was created in 1997. Prior to that, it was part of Luwero district, and this district, its people are called the Bululi County. They speak Rururi, and their dialect is similar to Runyoro and Runyara and Rugwere and Rukenyi. It is such a beautiful place, as you can see, very peaceful, with peaceful people, prosperous and gender sensitive population. And it is a very, very calm and green district, as you can see. So many tree planting activities going on in Nakasongola, so many greening, climate change activities going on in Nakasongola, very many farms in Nakasongola, very many agricultural projects in Nakasongola. So I really think it is a very exciting place, and considering that it's where we have our farm, our coffee farm, just driving through is very therapeutic and very exciting. And there are very many opportunities in Nakasongola. It's a home for rhinos, for Ziwa Rhino Sanctuary. It has Nakasongola Hill for hiking activities, agriculture. As you can see, cattle keepers, very many people have a lot of ranches this side and farms this side. Kageri Rock for those who are interested in tourism, fisheries, improved schools, and very many activities. Forestry, to be specific, which you have come, seeing. In most of our videos, we will show you on our way to the farm, and you will see very many trees, very many forestry activities going on. And it is such an exciting place that you need to visit. So yes, we are approaching the farm. As you can see, that's the farmhouse, and yes, we are finally here, and it is time for work, real work, because there's lots of activities that we're going to be doing on the farm, as we are going to show you as we wait for the seedlings that we left when they were packing. Yes, as earlier communicated, that this farm is mixed. We have animals on the farm. As you can see, the goats are having a time of their life and grazing from within and around, as we wait on the people to get ready so that they can take us for a tour so that we can check on the progress of the coffee planting season. And we are going to take you through each and every step. Here are some of the trees that we've been planting on the farm so that you can make the place look more beautiful. And as you can see, these are some of the seedlings that we received last time that are still going through the planting process. And yes, we'll be headed out to the farm very soon so that we can show you and we can tour the farm together and see how far. So we set off, we head off to the farm. We are in company of the young gentlemen that work on the farm, so that they can show us the work that they have been doing ever since we brought in the previous batch of seedlings. While we inspected the farm, we noticed that because the seedlings were so many and they were trying to rush with time, some of the seedlings were left unplanted, and we could see them. Some people would get to the hole and maybe they just distribute the seedlings on each hole, and then they would forget to come back and plant. And you see, that's why you need to inspect your farms very well. So we pointed out some of these seedlings that were not planted, and we intentionally made sure that they were planted there, and then there were not so many, but you could tell, because seedlings are very expensive, and to find that some of the holes were not filled with seedlings, that can be quite devastating, especially if you've spent money on these seedlings and you expected to make money out of them. If they are not planted, then there's no way you're going to get any coffee. So we had to give these seedlings to the boys to plant them immediately, and we had to go through the entire farm so that we can make sure that all the seedlings were planted, and they were planted very well, and they were put in their right holes, and they were covered, and they were the job was done. Yes, and we went through checking on each and every seedling that was planted, and we noticed that the seedlings that were under shade, that the seedlings that were covered by shrubs or shades, they were growing very well compared to the seedlings that were out of shade. And as you could see, I was trying to show you how healthy this coffee tree is, just because it is under shade, and those that were not under shade, they were not healthy at all. So we realized the importance of shade trees, especially when you're planting coffee, and in their early stages they really need shade so that they can grow healthy. And also the water retention in a place that is covered is a bit better than the water retention in a bare place that is not covered. So some of the seedlings that were not covered, we went ahead and tried to provide temporary covers for them. And much as it was really temporary, we realized that the need to have shade trees, especially when you're planting coffee. So if you're a coffee farmer out there and you are trying to plan for your garden, make sure you have some shade trees. As you can see, we're trying to create shade that is temporary, because as you can see, when you cut out these shrubs and you cover the seedlings, you're protecting it from the sun for a little while, because those are not living they're not living plants, they're not living trees, and so they are going to dry out at some point. But at least it is going to create a little bit of shade for a small amount of time. And the next time we come back, because we tasked the boys to try and see how they can cover some of these trees that are not under shade, so that they can create some kind of shade for them. As you can see from the lessons that we've learned today, supervision is very important, especially on the farm. And when you're using very many people, especially to plant all these seedlings, as a supervisor, you must keep checking, you must go through over and over again to see if they have done the right thing. As you can see, I was so tired because I had been walking for like 5 kilometers in the farm, and so I decided to rest. And yes, we are drilling water. As you can see, I think in the previous video we talked about drilling the water that is going to be used for irrigation purposes, and at this time the seedlings had already arrived and we had to offload them from the car and keep them, especially for the next planting activity. And yes, the activities on the farm can really be tiring. We had to do all these activities and help out because we are on the farm, and when we are on the farm it's better that we help out with the work, and then when we leave the boys can take it on from there, and then when we come back we can always supervise and see if they've been doing a good job. Yes, and they're really quite hardworking and energetic because they are young boys, and this definitely keeps them occupied and keeps them employed and occupied. And we had to do more tree planting because we need more fruit trees, especially on the farm, since we'll be having visitors coming on the farm to check on their investment. We need to have some fruits that they can go back home with or they can enjoy from the farm. And so we're planting mango trees and avocado trees on that very day, and to add on the rest of the trees that we have been planting over time. And yes, as part of agroforestry, which also is a big project that we are going to be doing in Nakasongola very soon, we have started already on the process, and slowly by slowly we shall be planting more and more trees on the farm and within the area to contribute to the environmental activities and the agroforestry activities that are going on in this area, and make it even more green than it actually is. Yes, now almost the day is over and we start to head back out to Kampala. And as you can see through yet our green Nakasongola, we experienced a beautiful sunset that evening as we headed out of Nakasongola, as we headed out of the farm and got back on the road, where we actually experienced a lot of jam, but then it was getting dark, so we did stop recording because we couldn't get most of the image in the phone because we left when it was already getting dark. Yes, thank you so much for coming with us through on this journey. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of these activities, and let us show you how beautiful this place is, and let us show you our journey, our coffee journey. Please hit the subscribe button so that you can grow with us, so that you can experience this coffee growing journey with us and all the activities that you're going to be taking part in. Thank you very much. Share this video with your family and friends and people that you think are interested in coffee growing, and come and join Mushana Farm, be part of us, buy a few acres with us, and enjoy your returns from coffee for a lifetime. Can be your retirement plan, can be your investment plan. Come and join us. Thank you.